The message wasn't supposed to come to me. It should have gone to him buried in the encrypted chat app only the two of them used. But at 3:14 a.m., my phone lit the room with its sick blue glow, and there it was. "He's lying to you, meet me, you deserve to know the rest." Unsigned, location attached. And the timestamp barely 10 minutes old. I sat up slowly, every bone cold with a recognition I didn't want to claim. The room wasn't dark enough to hide the truth. His side of the bed was empty, still warm. His scent, faint but undeniable, lingered on the pillow he'd abandoned. My pulse didn't quicken, it stilled, tightening into something sharp. I read the message again. And again. Not the investigator's number, not the one I hired 2 weeks ago. This was new, wrong, out of sequence. My mind moved first. My emotions would catch up later, if I allowed them to. I pulled myself out of bed, the floorboards groaning under deliberate steps. A chill brushed my bare ankles, or maybe that was fear pretending it could still reach me. Downstairs, the house felt staged, still life, nothing out of place, nothing honest. The kitchen clock ticked with an accusatory rhythm, as if counting down to something I hadn't agreed to. When my phone buzzed again, I didn't flinch. "Before he finds me." 4 words. I felt the first crack open inside my chest, quiet, clean, almost surgical. He shouldn't have had anything to hide. But he did. And somebody else knew. 2 weeks earlier, I told myself I was being paranoid, suspicious, unfair. He'd been distant. Distracted. Different. I cataloged the changes like symptoms: late nights at the office, shirts smelling faintly of a floral perfume I didn't own, and those vacant eyes that slid away from mine as though guilt had weight. But I didn't confront him. Not then. I hired someone instead, someone discreet, someone who didn't ask why I needed to know, just what I wanted to find. The investigator's reports had started small. Blurry photos, unremarkable patterns, too many gaps but believable enough. Until the gaps became the story. And the story began to rot. He missed 2 appointments. Didn't respond to messages. Sent one final update. "I have something big tomorrow." Tomorrow never arrived. My husband offered sympathy with a practiced sincerity that made my stomach turn. Said private investigators were flaky, probably ran off with the money, happens all the time. His voice was too smooth, too ready. That's when the suspicion hardened. Took structure. Grew teeth. I began to replay every moment of the last year, every lie disguised as tenderness, every touch that now felt like a cover, a distraction. He wasn't cheating. He was hiding. And whatever he was hiding was enough to make a grown man disappear. I didn't sleep after the message, I didn't allow myself that weakness. Instead, I started gathering the pieces. His phone locked. His files encrypted. His schedule fabricated. I moved through the house like a ghost searching for proof of its own death. My fingers skimmed over drawers, pockets, receipts he hadn't bothered to destroy. Every object held a whisper, a warning, a lie. I found her name first, scribbled in a margin of his notebook, barely visible: Claire. Not familiar. Not meaningless. A quick search pulled up nothing. No phone. No address. Just absence. Too clean. Someone trying not to exist. I checked the investigator's last location ping. A deserted service road outside town. He had been there less than an hour before he vanished. I traced connections that shouldn't have existed: my husband's company, a shell corporation, offshore accounts. Each discovery slid into place with a sickening elegance, like a puzzle designed by someone who enjoyed watching people break. The message echoed in my mind. Before he finds me. Not before *they. Before he ***. My breath stayed steady, controlled. I was no longer looking for confirmation of betrayal. I was looking for the reason he needed to hide it. At sunrise, the truth arrived in the form of a file drop, anonymous, untraceable. Photos of my husband with the investigator. Not arguing. Not fighting. Laughing. Together. 2 men sharing drinks, documents, secrets. My stomach didn't plummet. It rose. Lifted with clarity. He hadn't been avoiding the investigator. He had hired him first. To follow me. He thought I was the one with something to hide. Infidelity was never the threat. Control was. That evening I placed the printed photos gently on the dining table, centered, balanced, waiting. When he walked in, he froze. His face collapsed inward, softening with panic. I can explain, he whispered. I know, I said. Nothing more. His voice cracked into excuses, half-truths, the frantic babble of a man drowning in his own design. I stayed still, silent, watching understanding destroy him. When he finally stopped talking, I slid one more item across the table. The message I'd received. His eyes widened. Not with guilt. With fear. She knows, I said. Claire, the one he'd paid to pretend to be my affair. The one who vanished when she realized he was willing to take things further than deception. She tried to warn me, I added, about you. He sank into the chair as if gravity had chosen him specifically. I never. Yes, I cut in, you did. I didn't raise my voice. Didn't lean forward. I simply stood, took my coat, collected only what mattered. You wanted control, I said quietly, now you have none. The final look he gave me was hollow. A man watching the last mirror shatter. Outside, the night air settled over me, cold but honest. I didn't think about where he was now, whether he cried, whether he tried to piece together the ruins of the life he'd engineered. None of it belonged to me anymore. What remained was simple. Pure. A truth that no longer needed to hide. I walked away without looking back. Because he wasn't my secret to uncover anymore.